The Whispers of a Machine. It's 1972. The world is accelerating. We are deep in the grip of the Cold War, the space race is cooling, and the environmental movement is just beginning to find its voice. Most people think of computers as massive, room-sized calculators, tools for ballistics or payroll, but in a laboratory at MIT, a group of researchers fed a different kind of data into a computer named IBM 370. They didn't ask it to solve a math problem, they asked it to simulate the entire world. They fed it the rules of human growth, resource consumption, and industrial expansion. The output of that simulation would become one of the most controversial, misunderstood, and hauntingly accurate documents in the history of science: The Limits to Growth. The core premise: feedback loops. To understand why this prediction was so powerful, you have to understand the logic. The researchers weren't trying to predict specific events like a war or an election. They were looking at systems dynamics. Think of a simple pendulum, or a lake with a population of fish and a population of predators. Systems have feedback loops. When you introduce exponential growth, human population, industrial output, and pollution into a system with finite resources, the math eventually hits a ceiling. The 1972 model mapped 5 variables: population growth, agricultural production, natural resource depletion, industrial output, pollution levels. They weren't saying the world would end tomorrow. They were saying that our current business-as-usual model was mathematically incompatible with a finite planet. The controversial forecast. When the report was published, it hit the world like a shockwave. The computer model suggested that if we continued on our path of unbridled growth, the system would reach a peak, likely in the mid-21st century, followed by a significant decline in quality of life. The reaction was immediate. Economists accused the researchers of being doomsayers. Critics claimed the model ignored human ingenuity, the idea that technology would always find a way to extract more, produce more, and innovate our way out of any corner. But here is the fascinating part. Decades later, researchers from the University of Melbourne and others have revisited the 1972 data. They plugged our actual real-world data from the last 50 years into the original model. The result? The world is tracking almost perfectly with the business-as-usual scenario the machine projected in 1972. Why it matters now? Why should this matter to us today? The value of the 1972 computer wasn't in its ability to tell the future like a crystal ball. Its value was in showing us the geometry of our choices. It demonstrated that growth is not just a trend line, it is a choice we make within a system. We often think of the future as something that happens to us. But this machine showed that the future is the inevitable result of the loops we build today. If we change the variables, if we prioritize sustainability, circular economies, and efficiency over raw, uncontained expansion, the graph changes. The machine didn't predict a doom we couldn't escape. It predicted a destination we were heading toward if we refused to change our speed. Conclusion: the choice. The 1972 simulation remains a testament to the power of systems thinking. It reminds us that our planet has boundaries and our systems have consequences. We are living in the time frame that the machine pointed to half a century ago. We have more computing power in our pockets today than those researchers could have dreamed of, but perhaps we have less clarity about our direction. The computer was right, not because it was magic, but because it understood the math of the world better than the people living in it. And now, the rest of the calculation is up to us. Thanks for watching.